GMO and GM food. This is altering the gene, the period at which crops grow. Pest and diseases, drought. Hello. Today, let's talk about GMO or GM production. Kenyan government is among few African countries that have approved production of GMO or genetically modified food or genetically engineered food. And so many farmers are confused. Everybody is confused. What is this GM? Because the information they are getting from media, the information they are getting from the analysts, some of them is misleading, some of them is even making them fear the GM. So I decided to research on what is GM and be able to explain to farmers what GMO means. So first of all, what is GMO? GMO is genetically modified organisms, or GM, genetically modified or genetically engineered. What is genetically engineered? The original gene has been altered to match a certain characteristics or a certain specific. There are so many things that are affecting farmers, and for example, today we are going to use maize as our case study, or we are going to use maize for me to be able to explain to you what GMO means and what it is bringing to the farmers. For example, there are different factors that have been affecting farmers. Among them is drought. When there is drought, our maize fails to grow. Pests and diseases. When there is attack of pests, when there is attack of disease, maybe a fungal or a virus, the maize fails to grow. The period at which maize takes to grow, it takes 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, others take 6 months. The production levels, we have been producing lower as opposed to what is being demanded, leading to food insecurity. Then there is the nutrition of what we produce. Now GMO comes, or GMO, genetically modified varieties, comes to solve all these things, all the above mentioned things. Let's take for example the drought. In areas that are prone to drought, you cannot grow maize there because it won't perform very well. So a GMO maize has been produced that is tolerant to harsh environment. The gene that it does it or makes it grow under high rainfall has been altered, and another gene that may make it grow under low rainfall has been introduced. So it's an introduction of a foreign gene that was not in this maize for them to grow in harsh condition. In this maize, there is this pest that is attacking. This is a fall armyworm that attacks maize. There is a special mood or a special GM maize that has been produced. I don't know whether it's in the country because the Carroll institution is still researching on them to see which is safe and which is good for Kenyans. Now they introduce something we call BT, or Bacillus thuringiensis, to the varieties that we grow. And this BT now, maize, the variety comes secure. It comes with an organism inside it that prevent the attack of fall armyworm or any other pest. That means we reduce the chemicals that we have been using, we reduce the amount of product that you use to control pests, and now the GM food or the GM maize grows without use of chemicals. In production, our maize have been producing less as compared to what is demanded. So in GM food, or when the maize are genetically modified, they produce thrice, or they produce twice as much as what they are supposed to produce. So this may lead to increased production, also food security. Remember, maize is our staple food and is among the food that we produce a lot, we consume a lot. So this is going to stabilize the security of food and increase food production. Also, it is going to lower the cost of production, because you'll find that if it can produce more than the normal maize, that means what you use in production of normal maize, it will be used to produce another variety, but in a double or thrice as much as what you're producing. So I see it like an advantage to the farmers. We have been producing maize that is raw, has raw nutritive value, and some of the GM food or the genetically modified maize comes with a special nutrient, or comes with a genes that increases the nutrient, making them to be more nutritive than the normal maize, or the normal maize that we usually produce. So this can be an advantage to consumers, to the farmers, and to everybody. But the good thing is the research of the varieties, or the varieties that will be farmed, will be grown in Kenya, is underway, and we are waiting to see which trait will be introduced, because all the traits that I've mentioned to you is just an example of what GM maize, or what GM varieties that in the world, that are growing in the world, consist. And this does not hinder farmers from growing other varieties. I think according to the explanation, if it's a GM variety, it will be labeled GM. If it's a F1 varieties, it will be labeled F1. If it is an open field, OPV, open pollinated variety, it will be labeled OPV. So this is just an explanation of what the GM consists. So you may ask yourself where these genes that are being instilled in these varieties, or the genes being used, where they're coming from. There are so many, they're coming from other plants, they are coming from other organisms, and also they are coming from viruses and bacteria, like for example the BT, the Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria, working hard in maize and producing a maize that is not attacked by the pest. But the worst thing about now these GMOs, or what I don't like about them, is you have to keep on buying new varieties, and you have to keep on buying new seeds, because whatever you produce cannot germinate, because already the genes are terminated, they cannot germinate. So you have to keep on buying new varieties. This is where the monopoly comes in, and it's not good for the farmers. But if it is coming to solve the food security, if it's coming to solve the cost of production, farmers will decide whether to adopt the BT maize, or whether you're not going to adopt them. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, so that you can continue getting the information, so that you can continue getting all that you need in terms of learning and getting all the information in our farms and in our growing agri-technology.